Hello, welcome to Southwind Designs. This is another quilt along for the little Christmas tree, and today we're finishing up some of the units. So I hope you've been quilting along and have been having fun with this little Christmas tree. And I'm going to go through some of the other units that you need to finish. I've seen some people post their fabric choices and everything, so that was fun to see. And I'm still working on other trees that I can add to this one. You should have, if you're part of the quilt along, you should have gotten an email this morning, so you check your email to see if it's there. And it shows you in detail some of the stuff that we're going over right now with pictures, so you can just keep up with it, and it makes it easier because you don't have to scroll around on a video. You have the images right there for you to see. So we are going to get started in just a little while because of course, these are little quilt snacks. So that means they're not going to be too long, but I'm going to real quick show you how to do these other steps. We made the top of the tree, which of course, let me move this over a little bit, is this part right here. So we made everything above my arm there. That's what we did the last time. So this time we're going to make the remaining units to put the tree together, and the tree will go together on Tuesday during my last quilt snacks for the year. And I hope that you've been piecing your own trees and having some fun with them. So let me turn the camera over so I can show you the step-by-step, the step outs that I made, and explain a little bit what you have to be careful of or pay attention to. So let me just move this around. These are my little boards that I've made, and when I'm looking at those, I may not be able to see you. Let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. Okay, so we are going to be working on units C, D, and E, and the first one is unit C, and it is another sandwich. Let me move this over a little bit, see that we can see it. Yes, so it's another sandwich. So there's two strips in two different colors. This is the light and the medium, and this is named the dark, but it's really, whatever you want it to be. And so I've used a regular folded triangle to make this, and it's sandwiched between the two strips, and we're sewing on the long side right here. And then when you open it, it has this weird little triangle poking out. So all you have to do, you kind of fold it down, and wherever your fold was, that is what I'm going to line up to my seam. And then I actually open this right here so it's nice and flat, and that makes also sense because it's now centered. So the folded triangle, which is a different shaped triangle than you have done previously, it's a very narrow and long triangle, is now centered on this little unit underneath between. So it looks like this, but when you first make it, you can see that there is a little extra here, and I just cut this off. You can use your scissors or you can use your rotary cutter. I just cut off this little piece, and then it looks like this. Okay, so that is unit C, and unit D is very similar, but you have to pay attention to your colors, to your fabrics, because they are now going to be switched around. So let me put this up here so you can see the difference. So the same thing here for the unit D. We're going to open, we're going to have a little folded piece here, a folded triangle inserted between two strips, and then when you open it, you open that folded triangle and it makes that long dimensional triangle. You turn it around, you unfold the seam allowance, you line it up to where your original fold was, and it looks like this. So I've cut that underneath. It looks like this also, but if you don't want to cut it, and if you don't want to get up and do anything, you can just sew over it and cut it later. That's another way to do it. And a little two patch gets sewn over to the bottom of that, and that kind of keeps everything in place. All right, so let me move this up here. Move these out of the way. So this is unit C, unit D. And now we're going to do the trunk of the tree. And that one is just a very simple, you're going to sew 2 pieces to the trunk piece, and then you're going to sew the bottom piece on. You can see the bottom piece is a little bit shorter because there's 2 sizes of trees, and when you're explaining it, it made so much more sense to just put those pieces on. And you can either center and sew it together, or you can then take a 4.5-inch, or depending on if you make the smaller one, a different measurement, and just trim off about 1/2 inch on either side, and that will give you the bottom of the tree. So those are the ones that we're going to do, and then next time we're going to put the whole tree together with all the little folds and everything in place. There's going to be some extra folds added into the rows, and that will be, you will have your tree completely done. And at that time you can decide if you want to, let me turn this back around, if you want to do the top stitching or not, and I'll have some examples there. And I'll also have some examples of other trees next time, and those little trees, what you can do with them. Because wouldn't that be fun as a little pin cushion maybe? Or you could even cut it out and put a circular edge around it as a pin cushion, or even a little ornament. So there's a lot of fun things you can do with these little trees. Whether you want to peel them back or not will be up to you. The taller trees are easy to peel. You can just peel that back. The smaller ones, they're taking a little practice. So you can, I'll show you some tricks on how to do the smaller ones and how you can work them. But the first thing we're going to do next time is just to do the rows, put them together, and then you're going to be done. So I hope you had a great time for this mini little quilt snack, so I could teach you how to do the little trees. And I will see you on Tuesday, and that quilt snack will be a little bit longer. I have some extra announcements for you, and it'll be easy to put the trees together once you make all your units. And I always make more than 1 tree at the same time, because it's just as fast to make 2, I always say, than to make just the 1. So I hope you're having a great week and a great holiday season. And I like to see you here on the Quilt Snacks. There's more people that are probably watching this after the fact, because I imagine everybody's very busy right now at this time of year. So I will see you on Tuesday. You have a great weekend, and see you then. Bye.